Whatever I say in the first 5 seconds of this video will determine whether you watch it to the end or at least the middle or not, okay? In the same way, whatever you say in the first 2 lines of your Upwork profile description will determine whether clients click your profile or not, okay? And in this video, I will teach you how to write the first 2 lines of your Upwork profile description so that it turns your profile into a client magnet that clients cannot help but click when they're going through the list of freelancers to invite to their jobs. Okay. It's a very simple concept called above the fold. Okay. On Upwork, before a client clicks on your profile, the only thing they see initially is the first 2 lines of your profile description. It also applies to your Upwork proposals. Before a client clicks your Upwork proposal, the only thing they see is the first 2 lines. This applies not only on Upwork, it applies on emailing. Okay, when you are sending emails, the first thing that clients see is the subject line and just the first line of your email. From my personal experience, okay, and what has worked for me and my students, the first 2 lines of your profile description should be entirely focused on a recent project, okay, that is similar to what the current client that is reading your profile wants, okay, and the results that you created. This is why niching down is very, very important. In another video, I taught you how to niche down and find like a niche with demand on Upwork so that you are not stuck with the skill that the market does not want. If you can niche down, okay, you are going to be the samples that you're going to be referencing or the past projects you're going to be referencing will all be within the same sub niche, okay, and it will be very likely that whoever is clicking your profile is also within that sub niche. So, but if you're a generalist and you just post, oh, I work for so and so company, and they're not in the same niche with whoever is reading your profile, they may not send you a message. Okay. By now, I'm assuming you have watched my video teaching you how to optimize your Upwork profile. Okay. We played around with keywords, trying to make our profile descriptions match client keywords and phrases as much as possible. But Upwork profile optimization has 2 sides. Okay. There's the technical side targeted towards the algorithm. Okay. That is trying to make our profiles, okay, capture all those keywords. That is optimization for the algorithm. But now there's the human side. You want to optimize your profile for the real human beings, aka the companies and clients that are going to be reading them. There's no point if you have already done my Upwork optimization and then your profile is appearing in those invite lists, but your profile is still not optimized for the real human beings that are going to be reading them. You are still not going to get views, or even if they click your profile by some chance, they are not going to send you an interview, okay, or invite you to their jobs. Okay. Clients and companies only reach out to freelancers and candidates, okay, who signal to them that they are the most likely to give them the results that they want. Okay. Another psychological trigger that we're going to be using for the first 2 lines of your profile description is that people, okay, want what their peers, in this case, their competitors, okay, because you're dealing with clients, have, okay, especially if it's a positive outcome, okay. So if you can leverage your experience with another company or a client that is similar to the client that is reading your profile description, there's a very, very high chance that they're going to send you a DM. Okay. Thirdly, when you're very specific about the results that you're going to generate for whoever is reading your profile description, very high chance that they're going to DM me. Don't worry, I'm going to go into slight detail. Okay. So these are just 3 of the psychological triggers that we're going to be using. I have a list of 10 or 12 psychological triggers in my ebook teaching how to write Upwork proposals. Okay. So if you want to get that, just click on the link in my bio. You learn how to write proposals that gets viewed. Okay. That will land the interviews and land the jobs. Okay. But how to write the first 2 lines of your profile description. So this is the template you should use. Okay. Don't get confused with the word inserts, but I will paste it in the comments. In my most recent project, okay, I did so and so. The so and so, I mean your deliverables. So I did mention the deliverables that I did, okay. For mention the company name, okay, comma, then mention the company niche, okay. Then mention the specific result that your deliverables created for that client, okay. And then ideally tie the results that you created to money, okay. The only thing that clients care about is money. A lot of you don't do this. So let me give you an example. Use my own niche. If I was a writer, okay, I could say in my most recent project, okay, I created. Now I'm about to mention my the deliverables. I created 300 articles, okay. For I want to mention the company name, Host Advice, comma, a web hosting review platform. Web hosting review platform is the niche, okay. Remember I said you should mention the niche, okay. That generated, let's say, 1 million extra visits per month to their blog. That is the result, okay. And then now I want to now tie it to money and brought in 250 $1,000 in revenue in the first day of working together. That should be your first two lines. And you will see how many more profile views and invites you are going to get if you have also applied the profile optimization strategy that I taught you in my previous video. Okay. Everybody who is on Upwork already knows the problem that they have. They know the solution that they need. Okay. They know where to find the products or services. That is why they're on Upwork in the first place. They are not looking for somebody who is going to be dancing around the point. Okay. They are actively just trying to choose somebody who is going to get started with their projects as soon as possible. Okay. Your first two lines should show that you are the most likely to get them those results because you have achieved those results for a similar client in the past. Okay, it's some social proof. Okay, let me give you an example of how referencing similar previous clients can help you land jobs. I got hired by Host Advice in 2022, I think, where I created hundreds of articles about web hosting. But the clients, there was a week that they decided to give me about five topics on domain names. Okay, I had no experience writing about domain names before, but I just took it and then I wrote those articles. Fast forward to about a year after those five articles, I sent them to a new domain name company. They wanted to hire a writer. Okay, and it was just because of those five articles that my clients gave me on a whim that helped me land the job with Expired Domains. Okay, Expired Domains was the name of the new company, and they gave me about 100, almost 200 articles, and I got paid 20K from Expired Domains. Now, because of the samples that are written for Expired Domains that were also domain name topics, I was able to get a job with Trust Name. Okay, about a year after, also a domain name company who paid me also about 20K. Do you understand? So it's like a cascading effect. So after optimizing your Upwork profile for keywords, if you have not watched my video, go and check my pinned tweets. You see how to make clients invite you on Upwork. That's the video about optimization. Okay, make sure to watch it to the end and do every single thing I teach you. Either change the first two lines of what Claude or ChatGPT gave you. Okay, after optimizing, or just push those two down and then add two new lines. It's only after writing your first two lines that way that you can now, maybe in the next paragraph, now give like a brief summary, ideally maybe two, three sentences of the work you do, okay, the result that you generate for the kind of company that is reading your profile description. Okay, so in my most recent project, I did so and so. Then on the next paragraph, I help so and so brands, or I help so and so, mention the avatar that you're targeting. That is the kind of clients you're targeting. Achieve so and so and so. Okay, then you can now round up your profile description with a call to action. Okay, so tell them, oh, send me an invite, and then I will. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to write call to actions because that's like a big part of what I teach my students. Okay, in my ebook through the link in my bio. Okay, I don't want them to come and start complaining that boss, you're teaching these people too many things for free. So if you've already been on Upwork, okay, and you have sending proposals, okay, and you have not been getting views or interviews or any jobs at all, make sure to click the link in my bio. Get my ebook teaching you how to do that, how to write proposals that are client magnets. Okay, so the summary of today is go and watch my Upwork profile optimization video if you have not already done that. Okay, add two lines to your Upwork profile description. Okay, that focuses entirely on the results that you have generated for a previous client. If you have not niched down yet and you're just in a generic skill, also go and click my other video titled How to Find a Niche on Upwork. You see it also pinned on my profile. Okay, I was going to mention one final thing: specificity. When you're extremely specific about the results that you created, you sound more believable. So don't just say, oh, I helped a client get I don't know, 1 million customers or 1,000 customers. That sounds too made up. Instead of 1,000 customers, say something like 967 customers. Okay, instead of saying, oh, I helped them make $200,000, say I helped them make an extra maybe $270,000 or $340,000. Okay, odd numbers that sound odd are more believable. Okay, that's another free tip that I only share in my ebook with my students, but now you know. Okay, I teach quite similar concepts about proposals. Okay, but there are other ways that you can start your up proposals, like the first two lines. Remember, I mentioned that the first two lines of a proposal is what clients see too, also before they click it. Okay, aside from mentioning a previous client, there are two or three other ways that you can actually start your up proposal that will guarantee that you get views. Okay, and replies almost every single time. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but we'll see. And click on the link in my bio to learn how to write proposals that will land you jobs. Cheers!